Welcome to Seven Trumpets Prepper, and I'm Lucas.
And I'm Kevin.
I'm Brian.
And in this video today,
we're going to go over prepper survival
and alternate routes of transportation during a time of crisis.
Well, see, here is an example of a good railroad bridge that's been built. It's been here for a while. You could use this as an alternate route to get over, say, this lake that we've got behind us. That the bridges are going to be watched. People are going to be watching those bridges that cross from interstates, roads, anything like that might be used as a choke point. Also, you got to look out because people got in their minds that roads have been around as a sense of transportation, their ways out of the city. But if you're actually to use an alternate route, such as this railroad bridge, it might be a little bit easier for you to go. It's not going to be as crowded, and it's also an alternative to your escape routes.
Another thing to think about when looking at these options of alternate routes is the fact that a lot of your lower, smaller bridges and things, they were just built to withstand normal water levels. And so if it's a natural disaster, some bridges might be flooded out or traffic jams, they're going to jam up easily. You want something that's elevated, that's clear, it's open. The only thing runs is trains, but during a time of crisis that would be shut down, so you don't have to worry about trains.
And also, a lot of the new construction that's going on, a lot of these newer bridges are they've had their wear and tear. This railroad bridge is built pretty much to withstand a lot of weight crossing it. If you think about it, especially from railroads, I believe this thing's going to last. Not saying, take my word for it. If an earthquake happens, here in the East Tennessee region, I don't know, we don't get a lot of earthquakes, but this one right here, I bet my money on it, it might be here well after those road bridges are gone.
Just one more key thing, kind of to make the point about your structures that you'd be crossing bodies of water with. If you look out, you can see how big this lake is. Now it's going to take you a while to swim, if you can swim that, or to build you a raft to get across that. And this water right here is over 20 feet in depth. And you can see you still have another 15 to 20 feet before it even touches the bottom of this truss. So you have a long way to go before that becomes a problem if you were to have to cross this area.
Now that's a lot of water. Also, we're going to show you about the way these are built. You can look at the bridge right here and tell that it's built to withstand a lot of weight. A good example of some of the things that you might find to help you along your way of walking and using alternate transportation means like this as a key route is if you see that sign back there on the power station that this railroad uses, that is to signify some of the regions such as this lake area that we're around. Brian, do you have anything to that?
And another thing you might notice is that when you are actually using these routes, you can look for things to use as potential resources for later. One thing is, I can't go out there to show you because we don't want to get on private property. But if you look over my shoulder here, off in the distance, there's a small solar panel which powers these lights. Now, when you look at that, that's not something you're just going to go out here and rip off. We're not saying to do that. But in a time of crisis, when all this is shut down, that is a viable power source that you could take with you.
Also, there's a lot of metal and wood that some people might not think about or might be a last thing. I'm just saying, keep it in mind that there's a lot of resources around railroads. Okay, here's another example of a bridge that you might need to use to cross. We got a road right here. It's also a very open spot. It might be a danger area. This is what we refer to in the military as a danger area or a danger crossing.
The reason for that is this bridge here creates a natural choke point, and anyone could set this up as their choke point to stop you if you're using a vehicle. So you might want to go it on foot, and you can use this railroad truss right here as a natural crossing to cross and further exploit it to your advantage to avoid any potential choke downs.
Okay guys, I just want to thank you guys for coming along and with our little hike here, a little scouting from our bug out location or BOL. I just wanted to pass a little bit of this knowledge on to you guys of alternate routes that you guys might use. Me and Brian were actually just out for a walk and we decided to go ahead and maybe tape this and make this knowledge for you guys.
So we hope this has been a help to you. And when the ominous clouds of disaster roll in one day, remember these alternate routes. And until we see you again, have a most blessed day in Yahushua name.